Marvel Netflix fans, but it seems Daredevil and company are getting rebooted. Time for some spring cleaning, Marvel fans, because it's official. The Disney-Fox deal is now complete, and with it, a new day in the wonderful world of content. Of course, the new deal has come at the cost of what Hollywood analysts expect to be about 4,000 jobs, as well as the end of some of its more popular properties. And while it's clear that one of Disney's primary focuses is their new streaming service, Disney+, we are also getting new evidence and clues about the future of the Marvel Netflix shows, and depending on your certain point of view, it could be good, it could be bad. Now, the Netflix Marvel shows have been going by way of the dinosaur for a while now, with all of them getting 86th, even though Jessica Jones has yet to air its final season. And while most of these shows had built up a solid fan base, the news of the various cancellations left fans scratching their heads as to what the future held for their favorite street-level Marvel heroes. We've known for a while that Disney is sinking a ton of money into their Disney Plus content, with original offerings from Star Wars like The Mandalorian, beefing up the back catalog with tons of old Disney and Fox content, and new Marvel shows focusing on characters like Loki and Scarlet Witch. So does this mean there's a spot for the Netflix Marvel characters to live on, in terms of a possible revival or spin-off on Disney Plus, or even jumping to the big screen in the Marvel Cinematic Universe? Well, brace yourself, because this news may hit you like a punch from Iron Fist. We think the answer is no. This August, Marvel will start to auction off props from a few of the Netflix series, Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Luke Cage. That's right, you can own a piece of Marvel TV history like Daredevil's costume, Matt Murdock's glasses, Luke Cage's hoodie, Misty Knight's bionic arm, Colleen Wing's katana, and more. While that is cool and all, it appears that this auction is the final nail in the coffin for this iteration of the Marvel Netflix shows, which, to be honest, has had a somewhat troubled past in terms of the bigger picture of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. For better or worse, Marvel TV has always been the redheaded stepchild of the MCU. The events of the films were always referenced in both the Netflix Marvel shows and other Marvel TV offerings like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. However, the films have never had to acknowledge the events of the TV shows. When asked about possible TV crossovers and the MCU, Marvel Studios head Kevin Feige had this to say way back in 2016, "It's about finding the right way to do that. Or if we were to do something in a film that absolutely handcuffs what the team can do in season 2 of whatever show, they don't want to be handcuffed. They shouldn't be handcuffed. It's just finding the right time and right place to do it." While very diplomatic, if you read between the lines, Feige is basically saying Marvel TV can do whatever they want because it won't affect his movies. And to that fact, if you look at his recent quote about the upcoming Disney Plus Marvel shows, these will be Marvel Studios productions. They will be entirely interwoven with both the current MCU, the past MCU, and the future of the MCU. You start to see a pretty clear division between TV and movies. Essentially, if a Disney Plus show is a Marvel Studios production, it will tie into the MCU, and since the Netflix Marvel shows were not produced under the Marvel Studios banner, they never received this level of attention or connection as the Disney Plus shows will seem to get. Also consider that Avengers director Joss Whedon had talked about the issue of crossing over between Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and the Avengers films, specifically in regards to Agent Coulson being brought back to life on the show, but not reappearing in the Avengers films. Generally, I feel like the S.H.I.E.L.D. audience and the Avengers audiences are not actually the same group, necessarily. Whedon went on to say, with a TV show, you just have to be careful. Which unfortunately just means the TV show gets, leftovers. One of the first things they said was, "We got a great idea. We'll use Loki's scepter." And I'm like, hold that thought. Whedon's comments underscore that through line that up until this point, the Marvel TV world and the MCU had been two separate entities with very little capacity for crossover, despite the MCU's entire emphasis on things being connected. So what does this all mean for the future of the Marvel Netflix shows and characters? Well, Marvel TV's Jeff Loeb, for one, doesn't think this is the end. I would not be surprised if any of those things reemerged. It depends on showrunner, it depends on availability of cast, all of those things. It's not like we're a doctor show where the show got canceled because of bad ratings. These are shows that have very different reasons for ending, most of which I'm not at liberty to talk about, nor should anyone really care at the end of the day. It's worth noting that due to the deal with Netflix, Marvel can't use these characters in a non-Netflix show or film for 2 years, and it makes sense that there would be a bit of a break before we saw these characters again. Knowing that the MCU is going cosmic in Phase 4, we probably won't be seeing these street-level characters on the big screen. That being said, We don't think they're done for good. Maybe Feige will pick up these street-level characters and their stories in a few years for Disney Plus in the form of a reboot or remake. Recasting is always an option, but we'll be sad to see the actors go. Charlie Cox was a great Daredevil, Mike Colter was a great Luke Cage, Kristen Ritter was a great Jessica Jones, and Finn Jones was a great Sir Loras Tyrell. Ultimately, their stories demonstrated what an adult-focused comic book show could be, and while in theory Marvel could also bring them back and continue on where their shows left off, the fact that Marvel is cleaning house and getting rid of these costumes means that these Netflix iterations are probably done for the time being. It seems like the plan is to refocus all content, like new shows on Disney Plus and new films, will focus on the MCU. So for now, we say pour one out for the Netflix Marvel characters because as the great Semisonic once sang, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. But what do you folks think? Will you be trying to buy Daredevil's costume? Would you be down for a reboot of any of the Marvel Netflix shows anytime soon? Which was your favorite? And which obscure Marvel character would you want to see get their own Disney Plus show? Let's discuss. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and mash that little bell to get notified every time we go live with the show or drop a new video like today with, oh my gosh, we don't have a new video to promote. I get to say whatever I want. Cool, how about this? Shenanigans, 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 shenanigans. Shenanigans.